Starting a little bit late, having good discussion in our work study. Dr. Thomason, would you like to do roll call?
President Reese, members of the board, please let the record show that all 4 board members are present.
Thank you. We're going to move to our moment of silence, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance. Four point zero, I move the approval of the agenda.
Support.
Any discussion, questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Passes 4-0. 5.0, request to speak to the governing board. We value input from our constituents. This time has been set aside for anyone from the audience who wishes to address the board. Please remember this is not an appropriate venue to evaluate, discuss, or criticize district personnel. Policy KEB provides a process for complaints about personnel. Speakers should be aware that false statements about individuals may result in civil liability. Members of the board may not discuss items that are not specifically identified on the agenda. Therefore, pursuant to ARS 38-431.01H, action taken as a result of public comment will be limited to directing staff to study the matter, responding to any criticism, or scheduling the matter for further consideration and decision at a later date. Please limit your remarks to 3 minutes. If you would like to speak to the board and have not put in a request, Ms. Reach will take those. I will go ahead and start with Doug Gilmer. And please, just as a reminder, please speak directly into the microphone for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
President Reese, School Board, Dr. Thomason. My name is Doug Gilmer. I am a teacher at Higley High School, National Board Certified Teacher. I've been in the district 13 years. And I just wanted to say thank you for approving a professional development trip to the Hoover Dam on water in the Southwest. And I just want to say thank you for the approval on that.
Thank you. Don Anderson.
President Reese, Governing Board, Dr. Thomason. My name is Don Anderson. I work at Higley High School, been in the district since 2005. I also wanted to say thank you for considering and approving the Water in the West trip for the PD at the Hoover Dam. We're very looking forward to it. There's a couple hundred pages worth of documentation to read before we go, and then they've got experts in from all around the country. I also wanted to thank publicly Ms. Hood for helping make some of those funds available from the school site to be able to do that, and thank you for your service. I appreciate your time tonight. Thanks.
Thank you. Now we're expecting a full report on this, so we want to hear all about it. Any other requests? Okay, thank you. 6.0 Superintendent's Report. Dr. Thomason?
Yes, President Reese, members of the board. At this time, I would like to invite up Ms. Patty Gleason to recognize her points of pride for both Cooley and Sossaman Elementary early childhood programs.
Hello, President Reese, members of the governing board, Dr. Thomason, and cabinet members. Can you hear me good? Because I know that this was a problem last time, so I want to make sure that you can hear me. We are very thrilled to be able to present our points of pride to you tonight from our early childhood development centers. We are going to start with the teachers at each of our center. And Jessica Campazano, will you please come up first? Yay! Jessica is a Brilliant Beginnings teacher over at the Cooley site. This past school year, she taught 3 morning classes, and within a 2-week period when school starts, when Stacy got the TOSA position, she moved into Stacy's position. So she went from having 20 children to 60 children in 2 weeks' time. And of course, that meant meet the teacher and all of those things that came with it. She filled the spot beautifully. She is loved so much by her parents and all the children and the staff as well. She has become my conscious discipline guru, going above and beyond to research, to find out activities that go along with the curriculum, and she's even created a curriculum map for our staff to follow throughout the whole year in implementing our conscious discipline. She also took it upon herself just recently to help the staff fix their web pages. So she went and did she went to Carlos and make sure she got all of the directions correct, and then she invited all of the staff to come and see her so they would have an opportunity to work on those web pages and make sure that everything was correct. So tonight, we honor Jessica Campazano, an amazing teacher in our early childhood center. And we wanted to do something a little different besides flowers for preschool. We actually have little bundt cakes and Starbucks gift cards. Yes, so it's a really good thing. All right, the next teacher I would like to recognize is Michelle Berkshire from our Sossaman Early Childhood Development Center. And Michelle, again, an amazing teacher. She actually came from first grade, and came down to preschool 2 years ago. So we've had her with us for 2 years. Again, an amazing resource for all the teachers in the center. They ask for help. Michelle's the person who is the one to volunteer and to go and help. She is actually the owner of a guinea pig apartment building. And truly, if you come into her classroom, it's bi-level. Oh, it's an amazing place. And because we love to have those animals in preschool. But not only that, she's a wonderful teacher, again, enriching the lives of her students on a daily basis, and not only the students, but the families and our staff as well. She is our team lead over at Sossaman. She has been a member of the Growth Mindset team and graciously done that. And then this week, she also stepped up when I asked for her to become a member and work on our learning lab that we're creating in our Sossaman preschool. So again, I'm very honored to honor Miss Michelle Berkshire tonight. Thank you. And all of their families are here too. So, I mean, this is great stuff. All right, so next I would like to recognize the students. And we're going to start with Georgia Moreno. And did Georgia come? Okay, so Georgia is one of our students. And mind you, it's difficult to choose preschool students to recognize. So when I asked for the teachers to look at their children and decide who they would choose, it was very difficult for them because so many of them are just emerging with all of those wonderful skills. But Georgia was chosen by Miss Cheryl Turner. She's one of our STAR students, so one of our special needs students. And I had Cheryl write up a little piece to share with you today. But she says that Georgia is a wonderful model for all the students in her class. She shows a great balance of tolerance for behaviors that are not the correct school behavior and the ability to demonstrate the correct behavior for her peers. She's always smiling, and she goes the extra mile to help out all of the students in her class. There's a fire inside her heart and a thirst for learning, and she's always willing to do whatever she can for the classmates that she's with every day. On campus, she is a ray of bright sunshine. So today, we would like to give a round of applause to Georgia Moreno. And of course, we match here. If you give a dog a donut, and then of course there's a gift card to Dunkin' Donuts too. And then our student from Sossaman Early Childhood Development Center is Cal Humphreys. Come on up, Cal. And Cal is a student in Miss Lacey Fuller's class. And she's also helping with a few words about Cal today. So she says that Cal Humphreys is such an amazing child. When you were asked to think of a child that sticks out as going over and above beyond our expectations of his siblings and friends, you automatically pop into mind. Cal is the student that you can count on to pay attention even when you're not looking. Oh, that's an important one. And because of this, he always knows what he should be doing, and very often helps the other children in his class to do the same thing. He's a student that if you teach him how to use materials in class, he will take his time to teach other friends without being asked. And he continually challenges Miss Fuller to find new things for him to do to further his learning. He's really smart. That's a smart thing to do. He's such a kind-hearted friend, always willing to help out a friend when they need it. And there are more times than I can count. And it's again Miss Fuller. There are more times that she can count when she looks up to see Cal helping friends to clean up a center, even ones that he wasn't playing in. So if you see a chair that has not been pushed in, he'll stop and push it in, even though he's not sitting in it. She knows that tonight is a good night to recognize what an amazing student Cal is, but she almost must take a moment to give credit to his family and to his parents for instilling such wonderful traits in their child. She had the privilege at snack time one day to hear about why he had missed school one day. He told that he and his family they went and packaged food for feed by starving children. I know, pretty neat, huh? That is awesome. And it says here that she was amazed at his enthusiasm and told me what they did that day and how they were helping people. It didn't surprise me that he had so much fun because that's just the kind of kid that Cal is. He loves to help others and show kindness to them. So today we honor Cal Humphreys. Oh, is George? Oh, and actually, Cal, here's this right here, my friend. I know. See, he knows the good stuff. That's so good. Hey, did you say George is here? Georgia, come on up. And this is our precious Georgia. Georgia, we're very excited to honor you today. Miss Cheryl says that you've been quite an amazing student in your class. Very helpful and always ready to learn as much as you can. So today, this is for you. We've got a little gift for you here. Hold on to your hands. All right, and a big round of applause for Georgia. Georgia. All right, and now our volunteers. I would like both Nicole Camp and Lori Tupcheski to come up front and center. Okay. These two amazing women we are honoring tonight. They are members of our PTO. Nicole is our PTO president and Lori is our PTO treasurer. And within 2 years, they have transformed our centers into an additional amazing learning space. Their fundraising efforts have allowed us to have in-house field trips come to the center. I know that Dr. Thomason, when he visited just the other day, got a chance to see the petting zoo outside. And did you get any kisses from those animals? I'm not quite sure, but they were, there you go. But they have brought the puppet theater to our centers. Right now, they're in the midst of a fundraiser to buy a wall. It's a magnet wall, discovery wall, for each of the centers right now too. But their efforts have been tireless, and not only the children are they taking care of, but the teachers as well. So I mean, everything. They've been amazing. And teachers next year, when their children come to you, they're ready for your PTOs. Let me tell you, we've got them trained. They know exactly what to do, and they can take care of everything. But again, we honor you ladies tonight. Thank you for everything that you've done. You have totally enriched the learning centers and the lives of our children and our families. Thank you both very much. And I hate to say the best for last, but I did. I need Mona Schuyler and Stephanie Kennedy to come up. these ladies are my secretaries, and I couldn't do one without doing the other. And actually, we've been the Three Musketeers for 3 years now. Until this year, we added D'Artagnan, so we've got 4 Musketeers with Stacy. But 3.5 years ago, we started on a journey to open 2 amazing early childhood development centers, and they worked tirelessly behind the scenes and just night and day. Literally, there were some nights we were there at 10 o'clock at night, getting everything ready and to open up these centers. Now that we're open, they do the job of 3 people, literally, registrar, secretary, and then clerk as well. And all with a smile, and all with, what else can I do to help? What else can I do to help? Not only me, but our entire staff and all the families. I am so amazed at how we have 400 children at each center, and these ladies know 95% of them by first names when they're walking in the door. And the feeling that gives our families is, as they are recognized and know that they are welcome and such a part of such a big, wonderful early childhood family. Not only that, I relied on you, counted on you, and I'm just so, so grateful to be honoring you tonight. I know I can't help it, but please join me in giving them a great big round of applause. And then all of their families, if their families would stand up too and be recognized. Thank you for sharing that, because I know I
A little bit more space. Great job, Patty. You got that.
Good evening. We have one more person to recognize this evening. So on behalf of the Educational Services Department, and we like to think of ourselves as the people behind the scenes, the quiet group that stand in the background and help our teachers and our students be successful. This evening I'd like to recognize Liz Ridout. Liz, would you come on up here? I want to talk a little bit about you. Liz is the person that keeps our secondary mathematics programs going. Every day you can find her in classrooms, mentoring teachers, working with groups of teachers to improve instruction, develop curriculum, write assessments, do all of those things that help our 7th through 12th graders be successful in math. And over the past 3 years, under Liz's guidance, we've been improving every single year. We understand where we need to go, and we keep working on that, but we've made great strides in both our middle schools and our high schools. Liz brings teachers together from all 4 of those schools to work together. We now have common assessments across all of our schools. Algebra tests are the same in all of our schools, for example. We didn't have that before. Liz also does the research and the legwork in terms of finding resources for teachers. She's been instrumental in bringing some very high-level calculators to our secondary students, which you'll see in mathematics classrooms every day. And she wants more for some reason. She's given me the order for next year. She wants more of those. We'll keep working on math, but we would not be nearly as successful without Liz's guidance and support. So please join me in thanking Liz for all of her work.
For upcoming events, President Reese, members of the board, we would need to remember that Monday night is our East Valley School Consortium Dinner. This month, it's at Tempe Elementary School District at 6 p.m. Then on Wednesday, March 2nd, we will have a special governing board meeting to discuss benefits here at the district office. And then March 7th to the 18th will be our spring break, followed by the March board meeting on March 23rd here at the governing board room. That would be the upcoming events for the next month. Thank you.
Thank you. For board comments, I just wanted to take the opportunity to thank Dr. Thomason and Ms. Ybarra for attending the band program last night. Unfortunately, we weren't able to make it due to other commitments and some being sick and all that fun stuff. But thank you for going. What a great thing for all of our bands, to our elementary schools, to be together. And
President Reese, Tim Fountain was also there representing Gateway Point Elementary School.
oh, thank you. So I appreciate that. It's really important for those kids, and it was, I heard it was really good. So I'm sorry I missed it. Any other board comments?
Ms. Reese, I just wanted to bring remembrance of a few were able to attend Mrs. Standage's funeral services, and it was very beautiful, and it was great, and it was just how she planned it. But just wanted to remember her again in that it was relayed several times, her fearless, fiercely passionate characteristics and dedication to education and children was in all running themes of everything she did. So it was neat to see that, not just on this side and in the Higley side, but how she lived her life that way in raising her own kids and being active in scouts and in church and all the youth activities she did. So we just appreciate her and remember her.
Thank you. Any other board comments? 7.0. I move that we approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any questions, comments, concerns? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0.
President Reese, at this time, you have just appointed 3 new principals for next year, and I'd like to make note of that. First of all, Nancy Diab Scott will be transferring from Sossaman to Higley High as the new Higley High principal. Nancy is actually out of state representing us at a conference the remainder of this week, so she's not here tonight. I know she'd like to be here tonight, but she's not here tonight. She's in Florida, so we'll think about Nancy. But our other 2 are here tonight. I'd like to introduce Christine Hansen, who is moving from the position of assistant principal to principal at Chaparral Elementary School, and I believe and Christine, could you introduce your husband? Glad you could be here. And at Power Ranch Elementary, moving from assistant principal to the principal position, Mr. Chris Reuter. Congratulations, Chris. And Chris, if you could introduce your family that you have here with you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you. And I'd say welcome, but you're here, and congratulations for moving up on your own campuses, and it's going to be exciting. And we like to recognize the families because we know how much time they put in for us, and we appreciate that. So you deserve that. Thank you as well. All right. 9.0.
Ms. Reese, President Reese.
Mrs. Whitener.
I move that we approve holding high school graduations at Wells Fargo Arena building beginning with the 2016 and 17 school year.
Second.
Any comments, questions?
I just wanted to comment that the board did have a discussion last meeting in work study, and we were presented with cost and benefits to the district.
We did. And part of that discussion that we had was that we are outgrowing our football fields, which is a good thing. Our high schools continue to grow, and we're outgrowing our football fields and being able to accommodate families that come into town for graduation, as well as then we take the weather element out of the equation, which can be a big thing, whether it's raining or it's too hot. It could be either one. So that was a discussion we did have, and lots of school districts are starting to do that, and it will be nice to not have that worry. Any other?
Sure, it'd be real cost effective too. Definitely.
Any other comments? Nope. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. No, thank you.
It's a great idea.
So just to reiterate, just so people understand, that will be for the 16-17 school year, so no one gets concerned that for this year we're not moving it. It will be at our football fields, but for 16-17 we will be moving them. 9.2.
President Whitener, or President Reese.
Okay,
Still adjusting.
yes, I get it.
I move that we approve the intergovernmental agreement with EVIT for the 2015-2016.
Any questions, comments, discussion?
I do have one question. Do we have, so if the state changes any CTE funding, does it just automatically get changed with that? Or are we bringing this forward now because we know the state did make a finalization with that?
Well, with this authorization for the intergovernmental agreement, it doesn't affect with what the state's doing for the for the CTE programs across the states. It just continues the aspect of that, some of the monies we get from the Carl Perkins grant that we utilize, and we share that with the East Valley Institute of Technology. So it really doesn't have a whole lot to do with what's happening with CTE across the state level. It's a different aspect and different venue, but the percentages would be the same if they went up or down.
Okay.
Any other questions? All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 9.3. So 9.3 is a first read to make an amendment to policy IE, which is our instructional organization. As we have passed as we approved in the past, is that we do have the ability as the board to waive our first read and vote for the change. This instructional organization is adding that we have preschools and middle schools. So it's just changing our K-8 and our 9-12 structure to include what our district looks like now. So I'm going to move that we approve the amendment to policy IE for the instructional organization to include preschool, K-6, our 7-8 middle school, and then our 9-12 high school.
Second.
Any questions or comments or concerns? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 9.4.
President Reese,
Mrs. Whitener.
I move that we approve the issuance of certified employee contracts for the 2016-2017 school year.
Support.
As you see, there are 12 pages of, or 10 pages of certified employee names listed.
Anyone have questions, comments, concerns? All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. 10.0 goes for executive session. So 10.1, I move that we recess into executive session to discuss the National Board Certified Teacher Stipend pursuant to ARS 38-431-03A1.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
So we will now recess and adjourn in to executive session.
President Reese,
Mrs. Whitener.
I move, do we move back into regular session meeting at 8:05?
Yes, we will resume our regular board meeting as of 8:05. There is no further agenda items. We have future agenda items. Anyone have any future agenda items?
Just a question. We'll pick up the Spanish immersion at our next work study. Okay.
That is correct. We'll have the work study resume after the spring break with the Spanish immersion study.
All right. If we don't have anything else, I move we adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries 4-0. Meeting adjourned.